Mark Twain once said, India is the one land that all men desire to see, and having seen once, by even a glimpse, would not give that glimpse for all the shows of all the rest of the globe combined. With that thought, hello everyone. I extend my warm greetings to you all. Today, we have gathered here to think about our 75th Independence Day. August 15th is a great and a proud day for all of us. India's Independence Day is significant as it stands as a reminder to the sacrifices that many freedom fighters have made to get independence from the British rule. It marks the end of tumultuous 200-year rule of British and the rise of India that we are proudly citizens of today. We salute and thank our freedom fighters who gave their lives and made great sacrifices. So let us dedicate this 75th Independence Day to the heroes of our nation. Today, we have young storytellers from MyBeeClub PRIME to share interesting stories about our freedom fighters. I'm sure all of you have subscribed to our YouTube channel and do stay connected for such interesting content. So now, are you all ready to witness the struggle and get inspired by the stories of our freedom fighters? It's time to invite Guru Sharan from Chennai to talk about a great leader and a true citizen, Bal Gangadhar Tilak.
I'm going to share about Bal Gangadhar Tilak. We all know him as Lokmanya. He was very upright and fearless person. Let us learn his fearless nature from his real story. Yes, once in his primary school, the ground lectures are scattered in the classroom. During the lunch interval, the teacher asked who did this. No one spoke. He began to hit each boy with his cane. When Bala's turn came, he did not hold out his hand. He said to the teacher, I did not eat the ground, so I will not receive the punishment. The teacher was stunned. Lokmanya Tilak was upright nature is evident. With this quality, young Bala stand out to be a patriot with his no equal. Jai Hind.
We truly appreciate you, Guru Sharan. The story was rather very enlightening. Up next, we have Satvika from Ozur to talk about everyone's favorite, the father of our nation.
Yes, I had come up with a story about Mahatma Gandhi's earlier life. Hope you all like it. The youngest of four siblings, Gandhi was influenced by the classic Indian stories of Stravana and King Harishchandra. As a youngest lad, Gandhi was a reserved child and an average student. He once stole some money from his father and really regretted it. He then wrote a confession letter and handed it over to his father, waiting for a severe punishment. His father wept while reading the letter and then took a promise that he would never do it again. Gandhi kept his promise and swore never again. This incident from Gandhi's childhood is an inspiration for us to stick to the policy of honesty. I conclude my words by quoting of Mahatma Gandhi. You must be the change you used to see in the world. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Satvika, for the inspiring story. Fun fact about Gandhi. As a child, he was struggling to learn English, but ended up mastering the language. Next, we have Sai Neha from Madurai to share about the unique qualities of Dr. Rajendra Prasad.
1. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Bharat's first president, was a chief guest in the college festival at Pune. He was on the stage for the opening ceremony. When he went on the stage, he saw that Maharishi Anna Karve was sitting in the first row in front of the stage. Dr. Rajendra Prasad immediately got down from the stage, came near Maharishi Karve, and bowed down to him with folded hands. In reality, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was no small personality. He too had a high knowledgeable However, as Maharishi Karve was an ascetic and had done commendable work in the fields of social service and education, Dr. Rajendra Prasad had a high regard for him and hence he bowed down to him with respect. Jai Hind.
What a humble person. I wish that we all should develop such qualities in us. Do you know the maker of modern India? Not sure? Don't worry. We have Shanvika, an adorable 4-year-old from Bangalore, here to share a little story about Swami Vivekananda, the maker of modern India.
I'm going to tell an interesting story about Swami Vivekananda. We all know that Swami Vivekananda was an amazing orator and played a great role in Indian independence. But do you know, when Swami Vivekananda was as young as us, was very intelligent and very talented. One day in school, Swami Vivekananda teacher, Mr. Venugopal, was checking geography homework. He took Swami Vivekananda book and saw he had written wrong answer for the capital of USA. Would the teacher America? The teacher asked, "Hey my boy, we have written Washington as the capital of USA. If you don't know the answer, you should check with your father. If not, check your books." Swami Vivekananda replied calmly, "Sir, I have written the correct answer. Washington is the capital of USA." The teacher got very angry and shouted, "No, New York is the capital of USA." Swami Vivekananda was very polite and replied again, "Sir, Washington is the capital of USA." The teacher got very angry and punished him. The sharp sticks, "Fat, fat, fat." The teacher asked him again, "Now tell me the capital of." Swami Vivekananda replied again, "Washington is the capital of USA." The teacher was annoyed. He opened the books and was surprised that Washington was the correct answer. The teacher smiled and said, "Hey my boy, I'm glad that you stayed on the truth. The street will your biggest power in the same way. He grew and spread the same truth, long and come to the world. Whichever can't be the great power, the freedom. Jai Hind! Jai Hind! Jai Hind!"
Wow! Thank you, Shanvika, for reminding us about this great man. It was spectacular to see you recreate such an honorable man. To enhance the feeling of enthusiasm and patriotism, it's time to invite Meghna from Chennai to share about Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, who said, "You give me your blood, I will give you freedom." This slogan raised the heartbeats of millions of revolutionaries seeking freedom. Even today, this slogan reminds us of this great personality, Subhash Chandra Bose.
Netaji appeared for a written exam for a job. On seeing the question paper, Netaji was very furious. One of the questions was a paragraph for translation. A sentence in the paragraph read, "Indian soldiers are generally dishonest." Netaji immediately caught up the message and expressed disagreement against this. He said to the examiner, "It is not possible to answer this question. Please delete it from the question paper." The examiner replied, "This question is important. Whoever refuses to answer not able to get the job." On hearing this, Netaji replied angrily, "You can keep a job. I would die of hunger instead of bear false statement against my countrymen." Netaji left the exam hall. The one who cannot love his nation cannot love anyone else. Jai Hind.
Yes, as Meghna rightly said, the interest of our nation is more important than our personal interests. Thank you, Meghna, for the motivational story. Presenting Vishakan from Netherlands. to tell us about Mahatma's patience and the award he received for it.
My speech is about an event related to Mahatma Gandhi received the Queen South Africa Medal. Not know too many of us. Are you ready to listen? Mahatma Gandhi is father of our nation. Gandhi went to South Africa at the age of 23 as a lawyer. Gandhi faced discrimination because of his skin color. Gandhi was not allowed in first-class course. He was beaten and thrown off from a train at Pietermaritzburg as he refused to leave. In other instances, Indians were not allowed to walk on public footpath in South Africa. Gandhi kicked by a police officer out of footpath onto the street without warning. During World War in South Africa, Gandhi raised 1,100 Indian volunteers to support injured soldiers with medical first aid. They had to carry injured soldiers for 1 kilometer to hospital. For this service, Mahatma Gandhi and 37 other Indians received the Queen South Africa Medal. Later in June 1993, the bronze statue of Mahatma Gandhi honoring the center of the incident at the Pietermaritzburg railway station on 30th Street. A quote from Mahatma Gandhi: "First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you. Keep patience and believe yourself. In gentle way, you can set the world." Jai Hind.
Thank you, Vishakan. Yes, many of us weren't aware of the South Africa medal. Glad we got to know about this on our 75th Independence Day. Now, to give honor to our Tamil Queen, we have Sudarshan from Kanjipuram.
Well, not sure, the Tamil Queen. She was the first Indian ruler to fight against the British. She did this in 1780, 77 years before the first war of independence, popularly known as Veeramangai, brave woman. She also devised the first record suicide bombing in history with their commander-in-chief Queen. She was trained in horse riding, archery, and martial arts such as Valarai and Sinabam. She also delivers several languages, including English, French, and Urdu. Mysore Sultan helped her with the weapon to assemble a powerful army to drive away the British. After their victory over the British, Veeramangai resigned over the Sivagangi kingdom for a decade. We Indians must visit and salute the 6-feet bronze statue of the Queen. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Sudarshan, for your informational speech. We are speechless from hearing about all the talents of a Tamil Queen. Next up, we will invite Sri Harsha to talk about the Iron Man.
My only desire is that India should be a good producer and no one should be hungry. Once in a generation, there comes a great leader who aims for the sky while feet on the ground, who has sharp mind created today's India. Yes, he is Sardar Patel, the Indian Iron Man. By profession, he was a lawyer. When he met Mahatma Gandhi, he gave up his profession and took part of the Indian struggle for independence. His vision, his work, and his principles highly remarkable in independent India. And he was the Deputy Prime Minister of India. Modern Indian history is incomplete without Sardar Patel. I feel so great for this opportunity. Jai Hind.
Much appreciated, Sri Harsha. Next up, we have Sachin Ravindra to share about Bhagat Singh.
Share something about Bhagat Singh. Bhagat Singh was a freedom fighter. He is a national symbol of every youth. He was also called King of Martyrs. Bhagat Singh had a great person of reading like us too. He was the youngest freedom fighter. He was born on 28 September 1907 in Punjab. He joined the freedom fighting movement with Mahatma Gandhi ji. He also participated in the Satyagraha movement. The youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. The young people needs model, not criticizers. Jai Hind.
Such a great story. Thank you, Sachin Ravindra. I'm sure all of us right now are feeling the most patriotic listening to these stories. Let's ensure this patriotism paves way to the development, growth, peace, and harmony of our country. Freedom in the mind, faith in the words, pride in our soul. Let's salute Bharatma on this Independence Day. She has gone through a lot, yet stands with the head high and a smile on her face. It is our responsibilities as proud citizens of this country to sincerely perform our duties and progress together for the growth and development of our country. Keeping the sacrifices of our ancestors in mind, let us take an oath to carve a better future. Jai Hind!